silent giant. Entertainment.
We ready to roll? It's almost Pocos Pero Locos, Latin hip-hop at its finest, up close and personal. I know we usually have people like that you guys follow. Today we have somebody you probably never heard of in studio. You want to introduce yourself?
Hey, what's poppin'? This is King Lil G, your baby mama's side boyfriend and shit. If you guys have any suspicions, yes, it was me.
He's Sancho. Hashtag Sancho.
Yes. Late night text messages. What's up, Khool Aid?
How does it feel now? Okay, so we're on some different game.
Yeah.
And the last time I had you in here, and that was just a short time ago. It wasn't too long ago. And you've really elevated your game and reached and really touched the people. How does it feel right now?
You know, from the last interview, I thought about making music that's going to inspire the youth. I know me, you know, we talked about it when I was here the last time, but I don't think I had made the songs yet. So then I left. I really thought about what I said here, you know, and I told myself I need to make songs that talk to the little homies who are active. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So then I went and I made Hopeless Boy and I made Grow Up. And I actually, you know, I try to get into a certain time frame where I was when I was younger and going through the worst, you know? And I told myself, I know there's kids out there that are going through the same exact thing like me, you know, not listening to moms, getting arrested, you know, just feeling like you don't have nothing to look forward to, nothing to live for. But they don't know that, man, they got everything at hand. I say something in one of my new songs, on a song called Ignorance. I'm gonna shoot that video next week. And I think that video, man, is gonna go extremely hard. Like my newest song went 1 million views in 30 days, right? But now I'm trying to knock it down to like 2 weeks or something. Mm-hmm. And I think Ignorance is gonna do that. I'm gonna shoot that at a high school, and I talk about that time in my life when I was being bad. You know, I think we all went through this when we're ditching school. You know what I'm saying? I'll talk about the principal and the teacher calling my moms on the phones. My mom's not understanding English and shit. And I was able to slide a lot, you know, at home because my mom didn't speak no English.
That's crazy.
I talk about that. I talk about, you know, me telling my mother why am I fucking up so much? And it was because, you know, the example that my father put at home wasn't so good. Mm-hmm. My father left my mom for, you know, to be with someone else. And that's what I talk about on the song, that, look, Mom, I want to break rules. I want to be just like my pops, you know? I want to be with different women and just do all that. That's why I'm I'm in school, in the hallways, you know, walking girls to their class and shit, you know, kissing them and shit. I think that's cool because that's the example my father put. Now, I also have another song on the same album, 90s Kid, my new album. I say, who am I to criticize my father for the things he did when now I'm having, you know, different women pregnant and I'm having kids, you know, with different women or whatever. So, you know, I also talk about being very judgmental. I think I was very hard on my father, and I know people can hear it through my songs when I talk about my father leaving us or whatever, but then I say, you know, don't be too judgmental because us, especially as men, we make a lot of mistakes, you know, and you know, sometimes we judge people and we do the same shit, so. Well,
and it goes back to role modeling.
Yeah.
And the fact that I'm not going to sit up here in front and act like you're going to be the role model for model marriage and fidelity, but you have your other things that you will be the role model. Like, you've always been very open and honest about your love life. And honestly, the one thing I do have to tell you, though, about your ventures is your Sucios chicks are like some of the baddest chicks on the planet. Like I'm strictly dickly, but like I see your Sucios girls and I'm like, oh my God, these girls are gorgeous.
They love the AK-47.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah. They love the AK-47.
Now, that being aside, the one thing I do have to say is, you know, you touching on making babies. Yeah. The one thing I adore about you is that you are a wonderful father, and to see your son there at your LA album release.
Yes.
And the pride, I mean, he came up to me and it was cute. You know, it's just that young, new energy. And he's like, hey, you're the lady who did the interview with my daddy.
Yeah, yeah.
And it, like, the fact that he's so involved in
he
what
watches the interviews. He watches what I say. He also asks me, like, hey, why did you say this? Why did you say that? So now I try to keep stuff to a minimum, you know? Sometimes in interviews, I want to say certain things, but my son is listening, you know?
He holds you accountable.
Yeah, so now I'm trying to be very careful. So, you know, for all them all the homies out there, you know, who are maybe thinking like, damn, G's toning it down a little bit. What's going on? It's because, you know, I'm trying to be responsible on my little son, but at the same time, I don't hide nothing from my son. He knows who I am, what I'm about, you know, how I'm trying to change for the better, how I'm trying to change a few things in the community, because it's hard changing things in the community. It's hard to tell broke people to feel hopeful and to look forward to something that's not there. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. That's why I do the turkey giveaways. I did that. That was very successful too. We had a lot of people in line. We had not only did we have a lot of Mexicans because it's a Mexican community, but we had also African Americans go. I thought that was pretty dope. Which my next thing is to go to the Watts Projects this Christmas coming up, and I plan on giving away like 500 toys just to everybody. I don't care about your race. I don't care where you're from. I don't care about none of that. I just want to help the community.
Well, I think because it's such a mixed batch,
yeah.
You know, everybody's cross-pollinating now.
Yeah, of course.
It was really nice going to your show also to see the mix of people that were there, and that everybody was comfortable in their skin. Yeah. There was no tension. No. There was no beefs, no problems. And, you know, that's what our future has to look forward to in our youngins. It's like it's whatever we lay out. And, of course, you have the stories in which you went through. Those have to be told. But now it's whatever we lay out. You've got some big partners, too, now with you. Yeah. Shouts out to... I totally was mind blown, and I felt super good when Polo came up. Polo's, for the not knowers, Google him. Polo Molina is an OG vet who has been very successful at taking street movements, keeping them pretty pure, and bringing them to mainstream eyes. Yeah. And Polo came up to me and said that, hey, I saw your interview with King Lil G and had him in my office the next day. And just when I heard him talking about all his visions for our movement and for the people, how do you feel about that? That somebody who's dealing with players like he has on his roster is willing to put any time in?
I just feel like I feel proud of us. You know, I can't feel proud of me because that would be a very selfish thing, and that's something that I'm trying to teach our people. You can't be selfish. One person can't come up and say, this is me, this is mine, you know, I accomplished this. We all did it collectively. Had you not interviewed me, maybe he had never seen me. You know what I'm saying? Maybe my #1 fan out there in the world probably would have never known about me if, you know, I would have never been on your show. You know what I'm saying? So I say collectively, you know, we all accomplished this. I'm just the writer, you know what I'm saying?
That's so dope, man. And you know why it's dope to me? Because I told Dub this too at your album release party when we were sitting up there. The one complaint, whenever we do interviews, like, why hasn't it jumped off to the level that everybody feels is the level that they want our movement at, whatever. Yeah. People can argue about that. To me, I feel like I love the purity of our movement, and I'm happy with where we came. And anything else is just an extra gift. But the one thing I was telling Dub is, you know, in all the years, it's always like you don't see people they weren't taking other artists under their wing and helping each other out. And I told Dub, I was like, you know what I love about G is he's got Rev out here. Yeah. He's always repping, like, the whole movement. Yeah. You see a lot of the cats just rep themselves. Yeah, no. And you're repping the movement. Hell, and that makes you that much more powerful.
Hell yeah. And these are conversations that I have with Sick Jackin as well from Psycho Realm. I tell him, like, man, you are OG. You know what I'm saying? Like, I need you to back us up 100% in this. Like, I need you to look out for us because, you know, we look up to you and you already did amazing things. And now I'm making a lot more noise, but that shit don't matter to me. Like, you already did something amazing in the underground, and you get respect in the East Coast all over the place. You know, not to knock anybody down who has been in the Chicano rap game like Kid Frost. I love all of them, you know what I'm saying? I just want them to know, if you're watching this interview right now and you've been in the game before me, much love to you, and, you know, I appreciate you doing what you did, because obviously, you know, I'm here now, and we're doing amazing things thanks to all of us, you know what I'm saying? I just want everybody to know that in their heart, that, you know, I'm not a selfish man at all. I'm just here to display my skill. That's all I want to do. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to act selfish and say I did this, it's me. You know what I'm saying? Be on none of that shit. I'm not on none of that. I'm just a boxer who wants to display the skill in the ring. Nice. Just let me do what I have to do.
Hello.
That's all I want to do.
And you're out there traveling. What place are you most excited about going to?
Texas, because the women are beautiful there.
They are. And have you been to Texas?
Yes.
Okay. Now, what is there one city in particular? Like, I know for me, I love San Antonio.
I love Houston. I've been there to visit, but I've never been there to do music stuff. But I love San Antonio. But then again, I love Portland too. I love Washington, Salt Lake City. Beautiful wind. Oh, Lord, I want to stay there. Straight up. Okay,
so I want to do a Pocos Pero Locos song right now. We're getting in the lab. You only have a choice of 3 other artists. And somebody's going to have to share a verse if we pull in 3 artists.
Okay.
That Pocos Pero Locos, what 3 artists, just out of, when you think of the movement, what 3 artists would you choose to do a song with right now?
I think a dope-ass song would be Sick Jackin'. I would say, I'm going to get a OG in there. I would say Mr. Shadow, just because I haven't really, you know, been hearing him drop any recent stuff, but I respect his hustle a whole lot. If anything, he inspired me a lot. I never told anybody this.
You didn't, and that's dope.
Mr. Shadow's dope.
E-Dub was listening to that at the gym and came home in the bathroom listening to Shadow this morning.
Yeah, Shadow.
And was talking about the parallel.
Yeah. Shadow's the best, man. So I'll get him, and then I'll get Gavlin on that.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, E-Dub, let's do that, baby. It's Pocos Pero Locos, up close and personal.
Straight up, that would be fire. Gavlin is like on some straight hip hop.